More D&D multiclassing combos, this time Ranger Wizard. This is an odd one. So Rangers need 13 dexterity to multiclass in or out, which is pretty easy to meet. Wizards need 13 intelligence to go in or out. The difficulty is figuring out where to get value here, because Rangers are very much like the martial explorer scout character, Wizards are like the utility monster and blaster and stuff. You're going to want to pick which class you want to focus on primarily. If you go more Ranger, then you're dipping into Wizard to get those low-level utility spells and low-level subclass features, most likely. Bladesinger seems like an obvious choice, but the multiple ability dependency is going to be a really huge problem. It's already bad for Rangers, and adding a dependence on intelligence is really not going to help. Unfortunately, we can't just dump Wisdom on the Ranger and go all in on intelligence with the Wizard, so we have to juggle Dexterity, Wisdom, and Intelligence, and Constitution, so we don't immediately fall over dead. So your ability scores really are not doing you any favors here. So we want to go absolute bare minimum in Intelligence, probably no higher than 14 in Constitution and Wisdom, even after our ability score increases at level 1, and then go all in on Dexterity. That low intelligence means that Bladesinger isn't going to get us a ton of value, so instead, if you're going to dip Wizard, go for War Mage. War Mage's low-level features are really fantastic. They get a reaction that works kind of like Shield. It can add to your AC or to a saving throw, and you can use that as often as you want. Doesn't care about your stats. Absolutely perfect for a class dip. You still get the Wizard's powerful ritual casting for those level 1 and 2 spells, which is where most of the rituals are anyway. You can use spells for mage armor, for stuff like dark vision, a lot of very useful buffs at low levels, and that's really where you're going to want to use your spell casting as much as possible. And then beyond that, you're mostly just a straightforward Ranger, and then, use the Wizard levels for buffs and utility, but primarily build yourself as a Ranger. You might build more heavily around Wisdom or Intelligence and rely on True Strike for your attacks, and that will help with postponing extra attack, because if you're going 3 levels of Wizard, you're going to get extra attack pretty late. Conversely, if you're going primarily Wizard and dipping into Ranger, I really wouldn't go very far. 2 levels to get expertise and a fighting style is pretty useful. Personally, I would much rather do Fighter, but you do still get armor and shield proficiencies, which is pretty great. If you go far enough to get a subclass, I could see a ton of useful options. 2014 Gloomstalker seems especially useful for a Wizard, particularly a Bladesinger. You can get that extra attack on round 1. Honestly, though, I don't think this is a great combo. Like I said earlier, the ability scores really are not helping you, and there's just not a lot of great synergy here. If you want to add some martial power to your Wizard, either just go single class Bladesinger or a level in Fighter is a much better choice here.